Hello, how you doing?
Hello, is this Dazzle?
Yeah, it's Dazzle.
Yes, how you doing? I want to know if I can book a reading or if you're available for a reading.
Yes, always. What's on your mind?
Okay, so I think my baby father's sleeping with the girl next door.
What?
And yes, because she always looking at me funny. She never really speak. But every time I'm with him, it's like she speak and be giggling, like doing this like a side eye thing. I think it's like a woman's intuition thing. He say I'm tripping, but I know I'm not. She don't do nothing for me, nothing for my kids. And the other day, I found like a Gucci receipt in his armrest, and just coincidentally, she had like some
Alright, we're
Gucci
gonna
shoes.
figure.
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the three key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's number one state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States.
All right, y'all. Hello, everybody. It's your girl DAZZLE, and I am outside for another tarot reading in a live chat. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload and when I go live. And if you would like to book a private reading, everything is going to be in the description box, okay? For this live, everything I say here is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. This floppy hat is going up until modern science comes up with a mathematical equation that the metaphysical science is in fact the valid form of science, and all tools of divination are in fact valid tools of science. Okay, girl, first of all, before I even start, I'm going to just let y'all know right now, it was 101 degrees in DC today, okay? And your girl was working in the heat all day. So your girl had the nerve to come home, take a whole shower, right? Eat and, enjoy the air, and then come out here and sweat. So I don't know why I'm outside. I should be inside doing this reading, right? But if I get too hot, I'm going back in the house, right? Because it's just muggy. It's humid, okay? And I'm talking mess. I got my whole little party cup with me, my party hat, and I'm trying to sit there and do this reading because I want to know if we're going to go to World War III or not, right? So, and another thing, you guys, I know that you guys, last time I did a live, I was talking about my uncle that was really sick, and they said that he didn't have long. He had only like a couple of hours to a couple of days. Well, he passed away 3 a.m. Wednesday morning. So rest in peace, and I'm just happy that he's no longer sick, and he doesn't have to be on dialysis or anything else like that. Okay, so he's free from sickness. Okay, so his funeral is not supposed to be this week, but supposed to be next week, and I will be attending and I will be celebrating his life. And in fact, I celebrate him every day. It's a lot of great things, great experiences, great moments that we had and shared. And he was a real big part of my childhood and my adulthood. Hey, Miss Waverly Cakes, how are you, Sugar Wooger? Was it hot where you were from? Was it hot today where you live at? Because it's still hot right now, okay? I'm literally sweating from the humidity outside, okay? It's crazy. I don't even know why I'm outside. In a little bit, I'm about to go ahead and take this whole laptop and my little get up and take it back into the house because it's hot as hell, okay? It's like too humid and too hot. I should have went ahead. Yes, it's hot as Lucifer's ass crack. Mm-hmm. Hot as shit. Like, it's really hot. Yes, I'm going back. Matter of fact, give me 1 second. I'm going to put this avatar up real quick, and I just changed my mind about being out here doing the reading tonight. I'm doing it in the house, y'all. I got to do this in the house. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my camera off and mute for 1 sec. Yeah, my bad, y'all. I had to take my butt in the house. I had to abort that mission. It is so humid outside. It is ridiculous. Because y'all know I like going outside and doing my reading sometimes on the back porch and just chill and just make it seem like I'm in another country or something. But shit. Not today, Satan. That was too much. Oh my goodness. I was like, hold on. I'm actually burning up. It felt like that scene off of Vampire in Brooklyn when he had impersonated the pastor and he was like, sin is good. Can you hear me say amen? Sometimes evil is good. And then he had everybody in there like dancing, talking about something. Evil is good. But then he started smoking at the top of his head. But I'm back. Okay, so we're here to talk about Donald Trump unsanctioned airstrikes against Iran. Okay, so let me get myself together. Hold on. I was literally out there sweating like a pig, sweating like a hoe in church. Oh God! But look, we're here to talk about Iran and Israel's conflict and how Donald Trump, without Congress permission, decided to basically side with Israel, who we've already had an alliance with, and decided to bomb 3 nuclear sites. Because Israel told everybody, even though that they did have some type of nuclear facilities, that, Israel decided to tell everybody that, basically Iran had weapons of mass destruction, and we're going to keep bombing until X, Y, and Z happens, right? Fast forward, people get scared afterwards because now we're like, wow, what's going on? Fast forward, I look for an update, and because I wanted to do this reading yesterday, but I couldn't. But the update is Iran confirms ceasefire agreement with Israel following President Trump's announcement. Oh, wow. Okay, so basically they decided to cease fire, right? But does that mean it's over? Probably not, right? So, which is crazy. So this is what we're going to do. Because I got to cool down. I'm cooling off, y'all. I'm cooling off. I think I'm going to be doing an oracle reading and then a tarot reading about this. Ooh. Whew. Girl, I almost died out there real quick. I had my little hat on and everything. I don't know. I don't know. Then I got to be back out there tomorrow to work, child. But we living in some crazy times. But let's get into it. I'm just trying to get cool again because I got so hot, y'all. I don't know why. This is so bad. I'm like, this fucked up. Let me get my water. All right. Let's start. Okay. Can y'all see me? Let me move this back. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I had to get in the house because I could not. So they decided to cease fire. But is that done? Is it all over? Is it going to start back up? Are we going to be in a situation where it's going to start back up and we're going to be in World War III? Is other countries going to canoodle with Iran to get us back? Because, they already bombed as retaliation. They bombed some U.S. Sites, right? Some U.S. Army bases or whatever the case may be across seas. So let's get some oracle for Iran. How is Iran feeling right now? Because, see, they decided to cease fire to be back in talks for negotiating, I guess, for peace. Let's see. How does Iran truly feel? 1, 2, 3. Secrets. So they got some secrets. So this talks about sex addiction in the reverse. Where that comes from, we're going to figure it out. Then jackass in the reverse. So let's see. And this can be coordinates. This is GPS, right? So basically, they felt like, okay. Well, as far as the U.S., they felt like they turned their back on them, right? I feel like it was kind of like a little blow to their little ego. Because in a way, it's like, damn, y'all, I thought that y'all was going to keep y'all word. And it's all because, okay, they're not feeling good about this at all. So is peace going to last? No. Okay, just giving that off the break. No, it's not. What's funny is I'm trying to figure out why I got sex addiction in the reverse. So what is sex? Sex is a physical act, right? It's some type of act of it can be aggressive, especially when it's an addiction, right? You want to do it just because you want to do it, right? So I'm gonna give it like that. I kind of feel like a lot of it was going back and forth, defending ourselves against Israel and its aggression and just doing things because they want to do it, right? We never actually had no real weapons of mass destruction. It's like it never got to that point, right? But people want to be jackasses, and because they want to do what they want to do, because they have ulterior motives, they have secrets. All this is an ulterior motive, right? And they're doing it to bully them, right? And basically, they feel like America turned their back, and other people in the UN turned their back, right? And they kind of just feel like Israel dropped their location to the US, right? They fed up, they tired of this shit. And I don't think this is the end. Okay, so that's for how Iran feels. How does Israel truly feel about the mess? Let's see. About the whole thing, about the ceasefire. Are they serious about ceasing fire? Are they serious about brokering peace? 1, 2, 3. Heartbreak is in the reverse. This is division. This is not letting go. This is a cycle. They're not serious about stopping. You got heartbreak, psycho, crazy ex, obsessed, won't let go. They're not going to let go of this, okay? Something else is going to happen, right? And it talks about cycles, triggers, and lessons round and round. That means that it's a cycle with them. They're going to act like they're going to be peaceful, then it's going to start back up again. Do they want to close the cycle? Yes. But will they? This person. They're mirroring each other, okay? They need to, matter of fact, they can be peaceful if they want to, but it's a cycle. So for right now, they can be at peace, but then eventually it's going to start back up. It's going to be something that happens. Okay. How does America feel about the ceasefire? 1, 2, 3. They feel like, again, heartbreak, distance, separation. I think they feel like the whole thing separated America from different countries. Blocked is in the reverse. I think this is they feel like this is going to cause different things to happen with the U.S. as far as people not doing business with us, things like that. And then you got the drinking, toxic lifestyle. That means the way we're going about doing stuff, what we're doing. Pretty much, America feel like we actually got different countries turning their back on us now because of what we did still. And it's not going to be let go. Okay? Iran is going to come at us. That's how Americans feel. So let's see. Will there be World War III? Will the conflict with Iran and Israel lead to World War III? 1, 2, 3. 5 of Swords is upright. The 7 of Cups is upright. And the 9 of Cups is in the reverse. Ace of Swords in the reverse in the back. What is Spirit? The Knight of Pentacles is upright. So, it talks about empty victories. This talks about illusions. Nobody getting what they want. Okay? But the 5 of Swords itself, wanting to win at all costs, but it can be petty victories. But it talks about like verbal stuff for me. So verbally fighting, confusion, and nobody's getting what they want. So, but Spirit is talking about the Knight of Pentacles, right? A slow moving knight with a tangible offer, right? So I don't think we're going into World War III. But what I will say is honestly, nobody's going to get what they want, per se. Not everything that they want, right? How we are now. But I do think that eventually something positive is going to happen, right? But not World War III. That's not going to kick off. All right? But due to the other things that's going to happen because people are petty, we're looking at different things like raising prices and having to stock up on stuff, never know what's going to happen because people want to get back and people want to be petty with that Five of Swords. It's going to be different things, cyber stuff, whatever the case may be. So that's going to happen. But we're not actually going to have physical foot soldiers on a battlefield fighting it out. No, we're not. Different things, but not that. So I wouldn't say World War III. So we're good. Okay. So y'all, I don't know how y'all feel about that. That's crazy because I did a pre-reading yesterday and I had to stop because my husband hit his pinky toe on the table and started yelling in my background and messed up my whole thought process and my whole video. And I was just so mad that I decided to just delete the whole thing, right? So now I'm starting it over again. I decided to do it on live. But no World War III, y'all. Just doing petty shit to each other that has empty victories because as a whole, as a Earth conglomerate, nobody's going to win, okay? That's what I'm getting. Oh, you back, girl. Girl, I almost passed out there. I said, it's too hot for this shit. I was like, I am too hot. I was going to fall out and die. But how did y'all feel when y'all heard about the attacks? And then they was talking about bringing the draft back and stuff like that. And, I was like, Lado, me and my grandma was like, yes, round these motherfuckers up. I feel like this was a quick lick. Yeah. So it's like, what I feel like is, hear me out. How I truly feel, because I did do a reading, right? Remember I did a reading on the election and I said Kamala was going to win, but the whole time Donald Trump won. And I should have, and now it makes sense because Kamala Harris did have the Knight of Pentacles, but Donald Trump had the Two of Pentacles. Now, to be more technical, what was going on is that Donald Trump was he had promised a lot of people money or some type of tangible coming from the U.S. He was promising these leaders stuff, right? And so basically, essentially, the president's seat went to the highest bidder. You know what I'm saying? He basically did it in a dirty way, a high espionage, I don't know, type of way, right? So now he's in power, but the problem is he has strings on him. He's a puppet, okay? And the thing is, and I realized this, remember we talked about that. Yeah, and I realized this, and I feel like, that's why he wants to make this a dictatorship, because I did a reading on that, and I was like, he wants to be a dictator, right? I said something like that. He wants to be a dictator. In one of my other readings, that's what I said. So he's doing all this and not caring what nobody says, and he's going to do what he wants to do because he's made promises to certain people in order to get his spot as president, and in order to keep it, he has to acquiesce to the promises that he's made to these higher up individuals, okay? So that's probably from different countries, okay? That's crazy, right? So that's why he acquiesced to Israel, and he didn't probably want to, but he just went ahead and bombed those 3 places right? Because he's a puppet and Israel was pulling a string. Okay, so that's how I kind of feel. Basically, yeah, like that's how I kind of feel, like kind of like that. And I kind of feel like, I think Kamala Harris talked about Donald Trump leading us into a war with Iran. If y'all vote for him, he's going to, do something with Iran. I remember hearing that, but I totally believe them global investors got him that job. It wasn't the votes. It wasn't the votes at all. Because I think a lot of people voted for Kamala Harris, and I think that he would have lost. Quiet as kept. I don't care what nobody say on the internet. I really feel that way. Yeah. So, so he's a puppet, and one of the strings that is pulling him is from Israel, right? So let's figure this out. Since that's my theory, we can test that theory. All right. So let's see something. What I want to do? Ooh, we can try to do true crime because technically that would be a crime. Can you ask the cards if there will be a regime change in Iran? Ooh, they want the supreme leader dead. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if true crime is said. Right. So, will there be a regime change in Iran? Okay. Will there be an overthrow of the old regime and it be replaced with a new one in Iran? 2, 3. Let's see. Missing. Serial killers in the reverse. Dismemberment. They trying to kill their supreme leader, ain't they? It's giving kidnapping and assassinations. People going missing. And it's going to be because two countries coming together and getting somebody important and making them go missing. And the people, mercenaries or, assassins, whatever the case may be. And this is dismemberment, right? So you talk about a regime change, it could very well be. That's the goal for them. Yeah, that's the goal for them. There's some shit going on in the background. It's people conspiring. So their supreme leader might need to be careful because they talking about getting him up out of there. Real talk. That's what I'm feeling like. He might go missing. It's crazy. And no, it's not. Now you speak on it. It's not odd that he coming up with saying he might be a better leader. Yeah. But I feel like there's not negotiations, alliances. Okay? Talk about accomplice, partner in crime in the reverse. That means there's an alliance here wanting to take him out, right? So people out here making plans to assassinate, allegedly, Iran's supreme leader. And the fact that the old Ayatollah got ran out of Iran. His son came out of nowhere and made that speech. How does the old Ayatollah? No, it's Ayatollah. How does his son feel about the current supreme leader? What is his story? 1, 2, 3. Backstab. So did he get into power like a what is it called? A coup? Like, was it like a coup or something like that, or was it like a coup? What is it called? A coup? A coup? Yeah, performing a coup to overthrow the government and put in a new regime. However that happened, I think somebody got backstabbed, right? So he doesn't view them as trustworthy. He views them as, this talks about a sex addiction. No. Sex addiction. I think about aggressive behaviors, right? Workplace affair. That means some type of partnership went on. So, in memories. Was he? It was a coup. Okay, I feel like it was. So, but at one point, was the son old enough to enjoy the old regime, or was he just a child? But because the son has memories of the old regime, and he sees what's going on now, and he doesn't like it because he feels like it's not being ran righteously, like you said. I really do believe we feel that way. And it's being ran by backstabbers, liars. Yeah, well, he has memories about maybe his childhood. Mm-mm-mm. I feel like he thinks Iran is going to get like destabilized or something. And that's when he's going to jump in. Okay. So I don't know what that means, but the destabilization of Iran. But, that's crazy. So let me see something. What else we going to get here? His father was pro-democracy and women had freedom. They would drive, go to school, wear dresses and makeup. Okay, so that's why the supreme ruler looks like a cleric. He looks like a religious cleric, right? But here's the problem with religious clerics like Muslims and stuff. They tell you, oh, the old Iran looked like Dubai until the 1970s. Wow. But the religious clerics will be hard on you, but turn around, like for instance, I know that in Muslim countries they're not supposed to be drinking and stuff. Like they'll lock you up for public intoxication, but then they'll go home and have a party with a bunch of Instagram thoughts that they didn't, flew over, that they're gonna piss and shit on or whatever, and they're gonna be drinking. But then tell you that you have to follow the ways of Allah. You know? Let me wake my hubby up real quick. That is crazy. Now I think about it, so I don't know. I don't trust no religious cleric. You said, yeah. I don't trust not one religious cleric. Let me call my boo. Make him wake up. And they like young males too. Yes. I was just talking to my neighbor about that too. They like that. See, that's what I'm saying. Oh my goodness. Not me having to yell his name. I'm about to press mute real quick so I can yell that crazy man's name. Give me 1 sec while I wake my hubby up. Hold on. Are you up? yell. Okay, I had to yell. But the whole time I'm yelling and calling his name and calling his cell phone, I run upstairs and he's already up. You know what? That's the ignorant right there. So inconsiderate. But no, you said there's a documentary called The Dancing Boys of Afghanistan. Maybe that's what my neighbor was talking about, because she was talking about how like they would get caught. I mean, like, basically, because they can't really touch women, but they can. It's easier to touch the young boys, I guess. And basically, like, some, do good law enforcement might crack down and try to, save the boys. But what happens is the people that's trafficking them would kill them so they won't snitch. Is that the one? That's crazy. If so. Hey, Tweety. Yeah, I'm talking about this crazy man. Oh, that's the one? Yeah. I don't trust clerics. Honestly speaking, I like stuff that's pro-democracy. I can't do all that religion and state together. I don't believe it works. I don't believe that you should run your country based on religious ideology, because it can turn left real quick. But Iran got a real issue. I think their leader is in real danger. And I do believe that there is a coup ready to happen for him. I think they will be trying to do. I think they will be trying, and it doesn't. I think they will be trying to have a new regime change in Iran eventually. It's going to happen. And hey, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. If you then took over from another person, if you forcefully taken power, it can happen to you. Now with Israel, they're calling, I think that's the prime minister or something like that. They're calling him a war criminal. Okay. So then I want to know, are they going to try to assassinate him? Because that's going to be crazy. Let me see something. Oh, now my dog then came downstairs. Now he about to harass me too. But let's see. What is his name? Netanyahu or whatever, the prime minister, the leader of Israel. Will he remain in power? Will the prime minister of Israel remain in power? 1, 2, 3. Organized crime. So he's been committing some things. There's some secrets with him, and he has a cult following over there in Israel. Okay? He has a cult following in Israel. So he's white. Right? So I don't really, I wouldn't be surprised. I can't believe they are either. That's the organized crime, probably. He's been doing some stuff. Crimes against humanity. Okay? So, technically, but the secrets, though. He has secrets. So maybe a secret or two could get exposed about him. But he has a cult following. He has backing. Okay, so it's not going to be easy to just get him up out of there. Okay, and I'm trying to figure out, because Trump is into the dictator shit, right? So I'm going to just ask, is Israel's leader into being a dictator? Is he a low-key one of those people who could be a dictator? If you could. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yes, that devil energy is right there. Birds of a feather flock together. and he is reckless. Dictators do have that devil energy, and they're reckless. So him and Trump share the same shit. His cult following are religious people globally. People will really use Bible scripture to rationalize the slaughter of those people. Oh, see, I didn't even think about it like that. Then that's what that shit is. Because they did say Israel was the Holy Land, right? And technically, you know what they're going to say? It's a holy war. It's God's war. God told him to save humanity by going over there and bombing and bombing and bombing and bombing. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 But he's all up in the devil energy, though. So is he a dictator? He has dictator tendencies. Yes, he does. Okay, just to let y'all know, he do. So I ain't even gonna. He does, and Donald Trump likes that. Because Donald Trump wants to be a dictator. Not you. Okay, y'all about to. Now my baby want to go outside. Now he want to go outside. Y'all see how they just mess me up? Hold on. Just mess me up all the time. I be minding my business. I be trying to be on here and chill with y'all. And they just mess me up. The convo can get so deep, but I don't want YouTube to ban me. Girl, I think I'm shadow banned anyway, so you might as well have it, girl. Go ahead, Lex. I know you want to go outside. I had to go back in the house. You want to go back in the house too? Shoot. I couldn't do outside, Lex. You gonna be outside for 2 seconds, then your fat butt gonna want to be in the house too. Yeah. But yeah, my bad. I had to let my dog outside, but pretty soon he's gonna want to come back in the house because it's too damn hot. I keep telling y'all, it's like the devil's butt crack outside. It's just sweating and hot and stank and muggy. But yeah, but that's what I believe. It's gonna be with Israel, their leader. It's gonna be hard to get to him, but he got dictator tendencies. Okay. He all up in it. All right. So that's somebody you need to look at as a dictator. But Iran and their cleric might be a little bit of a dictator because mixing religion and state and country, no. It never worked out right. That's when you get the holy wars. That's what I want to ask. Do they feel like this is a holy war? Okay. Does Israel and Iran feel like this is a holy war? Like it's a conflict that's on I don't know, spiritual level 1, 2, 3. I just get jackass. Oh, feelings. They might feel away, but you can say holy wars. But it's really coming from people being jackasses. Let's see. Not happy with the state of things. And this takeover spirit. You know, Jezebel is a takeover spirit. Jezebel comes out. So really it's not even a holy war. It's just somebody with this takeover destructive spirit going on. But how y'all feel about that? I just wanted to pull some cards and stuff and see what I got. And then I'm kind of mad that I waited a minute to do it. But oh well. I mean, hey. I had some other things to do. And, you know, that's what happened. But that's what I'm getting. Y'all, how y'all feel about that? I'm off the road. And I'm going to see y'all later. I got some more pick of cards to do. Like, some more uploads to do. This week, so I'm gonna try to do those in between work and stuff, and I'm gonna be live tomorrow. So I love y'all for real, and I'm gonna see y'all later. And tomorrow, y'all won't have to worry about seeing me sweating outside because I'm not coming outside to do no readings. It's too hot, okay? It's hot as hell. But stay safe. Love y'all for real. See y'all tomorrow.